Welcome to the Grit Growth Podcast. Commit to conquer, lead your life, leave a legacy, gather your grit, and let's get after it.
Well, all right. I think it's about that time. We will get started on this masterclass. So this is the Creating Real Success Masterclass, the 3 necessary pillars for rapid progress. So I first want to go through and share who this presentation is for and who this presentation is not for. So this presentation is for you if you are a leader that is struggling with overwhelm because of all your tasks and your responsibilities. You know, it's for you if you're willing to accept the idea that you could be the bottleneck in your own life and business. It's also for you if you believe you can do so much more, you know, when you're not going at it alone. And then also if you're actively looking for a place to start in improving your productivity at work and in life, all these things, it's for you. And if you're just a go-getter that's willing to put in the work and do what it takes to be successful. So then we want to go in and talk for a minute about this presentation is not for you if this presentation is not for you if you feel that the way you organize and manage your time is as good as it can be. It's also not for you if you believe that most of your problems in your life are because of other people and other things. You know, it's not for you if you think that you've got it all figured out, you know, and you don't need any help. It's also not for you if you're trying to just learn a bunch of information but have no intentions on applying anything. And also it's not for you if you're not a self-motivated individual and you're not willing to put in the work to be successful, just whatever that looks like for you. So if you fit right there, then this presentation is not for you. So who am I? So again, my name's Robert Barlow. You probably know that much at least. And I'm a time management coach who works with leaders to reduce the overwhelm they experience by increasing the clarity and organization of their tasks and responsibilities. You know, I know how stressful it can be handling a lot of responsibility. You know, as a former project manager for an electrical company, you know, managing 30 to 40 guys, and now a father of 6, I've learned a thing or two about managing my time, and I receive a great sense of fulfillment when I empower others through my experience and learning. So I did what most people want to do but are scared to do. You know, a few years ago, I jumped in with 2 feet and left behind a career to embrace what I felt called to do with my life. And I know firsthand how to effectively manage the everyday whirlwind of responsibilities and break through those barriers just to live into a life that I truly desire. And I'm not trying to say anything to brag, you know, just to let you know a little bit more about me. And I've also significantly improved every area of my life that I've focused on, you know, from overcoming bad habits to running a marathon. But definitely most impressive is the success that I've experienced from taking responsibility for my life, for my choices, for my emotions, and ultimately for my actions. And right now, you know, I'm currently working to grow the size of my coaching business so that I can lead and influence my team and empower them to serve and impact other leaders so that ultimately those leaders can make a greater positive difference in the lives of those that they lead. I'm also the type of person that I care less about credentials and definitely more about walking the talk. You know, I'm motivated to improve myself simply so that I'm truly empowered to help others in the same way. Serving others, living with integrity every day, and just in being an example of progress and real life struggle. Those are among some of the most important things for me. You know, and then when I'm not coaching others, you know, I can be found either, you know, leveling up my skills, spending time in meaningful conversations with others, building my relationship with God, and investing time to serve my family or to serve my community. So, well, that's enough about me. So let's dive into what you're going to learn. So what you'll learn here, you'll learn about clarity and how it relates to your success. We'll dive into the benefits of greater clarity and also how to increase the clarity Next you'll learn about responsibility and how it relates to your success. We'll dive into the benefits of greater responsibility. We'll also dive into how to increase responsibility. And then lastly, you'll learn about support and how it relates to your success. We'll dive into the details of the benefits of greater support and also how to increase support. So let's dive right in. So pillar number 1 is greater clarity. So benefits of greater clarity. The benefits of greater clarity are, it reduces stress and overwhelm. It increases confidence and commitment when you have more clarity. It increases focus and productivity. It decreases multitasking and rework. And it also it creates greater awareness. So I'm going to dive in and go into detail in each of those. And also just want to remind you, we'll be going through a lot of content kind of fast. So if there's certain ideas that kind of stand out more than others, just take some notes, jot them down so you don't lose that. So we'll dive into that first one. So clarity reduces stress and overwhelm. And then these are just some of the bullet points right here, just to kind of trigger some more in-depth explanation into it. So, when clarity goes up, overwhelm goes down. When clarity is high, then stress and overwhelm are low. But a lack of clarity isn't the only thing that causes stress. There's definitely other things, and besides, stress really isn't even a bad thing. A certain level of stress is good for us and it helps us grow. But when the stress keeps us from performing at our best and being our best, then that's a sign that there's too much. And someone might ask, what is stress? So the definition of stress is, physical, mental, or emotional strain or tension. So again, stress is healthy. Stress helps us grow. When you put stress on your physical muscles, it gives them an opportunity to grow. Excuse me, sorry about that. When you put stress on your mental muscles, it gives them an opportunity to grow. When you put stress on your emotional muscles, it gives them an opportunity to grow. The strain and tension is opposition, and we grow best with opposition. However, overwhelm is different. So what is overwhelm? The definition of overwhelm is to load, heap, treat, or address with an overpowering or excessive amount of anything. When we are overwhelmed with stress, that is not good. We can also be overwhelmed with other things. The bed of a truck could be overwhelmed if you were to load too much weight in there, because there would just be an excessive amount of weight. Excessive meaning it exceeds the capacity of the truck. Same thing with an individual experiencing some stress. The bed of a truck has a certain capacity, and we as individuals have different capacities as to how much stress we can handle, which is going to be different. It's going to be different for everyone, but that capacity can also increase for us if the amount of, if it just doesn't go beyond the amount of stress that we can handle. It becomes unhealthy when we're overwhelmed, when there's an excessive amount of stress that exceeds the current capacity. This is when it's not healthy. But when we stretch the boundaries of our capacity, then it is good for our growth, and it wouldn't be considered overwhelmed. That's just the healthy stress. So capacity and performance, remember, you'll hear stress and overwhelm used interchangeably, but a simple way to understand them, that should serve you well, is to think of them this way. Stressful situations will challenge and stretch your current capacity, which is healthy for growth, and an overwhelming situation will push you beyond your capacity, which is not good for growth. Feeling stressed motivates us to perform at our best, but feeling overwhelmed discourages us from performing at our best. So when clarity goes up, then your feeling of overwhelm will go down. And we want it to go down to the point where it's only stressful and not overwhelming, so that we're encouraged and motivated to perform at our best. So hopefully that makes sense. We kind of hopefully stress and overwhelm makes a lot more sense to you now. So let's dive into the next one. So what clarity also increases confidence and commitment. Excuse me. When you're clear about what you want, we're going to dive in and talk a little bit about the high confidence. When you're clear about what you want, when you're clear about where you're going, when you are clear about how to do something, when you're clear about who you are, when you're clear and you have that clarity, your confidence is high. Your confidence is high because you can see it. You can see it in your mind because you've done it before. Or maybe you can see it in your mind through the power of your imagination. This clarity creates the confidence that you need to take action to bring to pass the image that you see in your mind. So with creating everyday clarity, you can create this clarity for what you are doing today, and you can create this clarity for what you are doing this week, and you can create this clarity for what you are doing like this quarter or this year. In fact, if you have clarity for what you are accomplishing and why for the whole year, and you're very clear about it, and you can see it in your mind clearly, this will also produce clarity for the quarter, the week, the day, and ultimately like the hour. As you can see, greater clarity, it gives you so much more confidence in how you show up as a person and how you show up in the way that you work. Now when it comes to like more confidence and more commitment, with this increase in confidence, it comes a higher sense of commitment. Now, when you're really clear on what you are going for, you are more confident about getting there, and also you're more committed. It's hard to be committed to something vague or be committed to something that's unclear. And this clarity creates and encourages that greater commitment. So now we can dive into the third one, the third benefit of greater clarity. So clarity increases focus and productivity. So having a target, when clarity goes up, your ability to focus goes up as well. It's actually pretty simple. When you create a clear target, it gives you something to focus on. Without a clear target, what are you going to focus on? It's really hard to focus if you don't have clarity. In order to focus, you have to be focusing on something. And the more clear it is, the easier you can focus on it. So now when it comes to staying focused, when you stay focused on a specific outcome or objective, you are so much more productive. You cut out all the necessary fluff and you just stay focused on the outcome you created clarity for. You are therefore much more effective as well. And why is the focus so important? It's hard to accomplish anything or to be productive with anything if we don't focus and finish. Now, I know distractions is a big thing, and focus is super powerful in helping us avoid distractions. It is significantly easier to be distracted if you're not focused on a specific outcome. When you are focused on a specific outcome,